Chapter 3 Everything and the Diamond. The adult came to. What was that light? And thunder rolled behind the clouds. What is this light? The floor of the boat was filled with light as bright and blue as the day sky, robbing his attention. And a large diamond bound to the line of his fishing rod took ownership of the interruption. The adult stared confused at the sight. Perhaps the turbulent seas tossed up treasure as fine as this, or maybe it was hidden beneath the planks and came loose during impact. But what was for certain was his astonishment. And everything shined brighter than before. The adult didn't hesitate to grab after the fishing rod amidst the rocking and tossing, jerking him forward and losing his balance, but that didn't matter. For some reason, he already knew what to do. What he envisioned the confrontation would be was not what needed to be done, and time waited for no one. So he steadied himself and picked up the rod with the glowing glass bait. The adult gripped the rod with both hands, flexing himself and the rod backwards as the waves tossed him along. Thunder continued to crack, and the scent of the sea and lightning continued to stew in the humid air. He threw the line forward, and for a moment, all other sounds ceased. He could hear the glass spinning through the charged air, its bright blue light creating a kaleidoscopic reflection as the lightning struck once again. And into the beast's home it fell, and the fisherman waited. He stood, planting his feet firmly into the cedar, its aroma wafting his nostrils occasionally. And despite the loud cracks and howling winds, the cedar was soothing. So he waited, thinking back on the words of the man in white, thinking back on his own irresponsibility, and everything listened in the beast's home. He thought back to the blackbird that stole his seeds again, and then the moments before that, replaying his life in reverse, all the way to the start of the unknown in a place of time. And if he could have skipped over the betrayal at the hands of his parents, he would, for the hurt resurfaced. He felt the pain in his chest and legs again. He saw the arrows splitting the air and whispering through the leaves. Each arrow tip carried a poem that spoke of his future. The words would fill his body for a lifetime. More importantly, he felt the ache in his heart, and he remembered where his pain brought him, but the words could either be read silently within, or he would read them aloud, and he grew angry. The storm grew stronger, and the lightning split and jabbed at the sea with a more violent rhythm. The deep groans and grunts grew louder, increasing the tidal waves to form in the four directions. The adult didn't care. And the salted sea and his tears met. And everything worked. Tendons and bones surfaced where his jaws clenched. The rod was being squeezed, and heavy, hot panting could be heard louder than the storm. The adult's pain fully surfaced. He never got the chance to speak to his parents, and he wouldn't forgive them for as long as he lived. Because they sought to kill him. Because a force greater than he could have imagined pulled him towards the front of the boat, and his planted feet hooked himself and the meager ship to lift tens of feet into the air, pulled almost 80 miles per hour through the stinging rain, himself and the fishing rod still tightly connected. He crashed into the sea.